I didn't breathe. Do my hair. Hey, welcome to week 3. So in week 3, I'm going to be focusing on my bar muscle up complex. So my general gymnastic pulling work on the bar and the rings. So stay tuned for that, after the details for that after the titles. Also give you an update on how I'm progressing with my Olympic lifts, my pistol squats, my handstand walk progression, and all things CrossFit as we head into the end of the year, almost Christmas time. Let's go. What's happening? Sometimes you got to know when you'll be. It's not happening today. It's a shame. Which means I'm going to have to do them again later in the week, again, to try and get those reps up. So I'll let you know how that goes. So that's the end of Monday. As you can see, I'm looking pretty tired, I think. So everything sucked today. It's the way it is, you know. So onwards and upwards. I will redo my pistol squats later in the week when I'm a bit less tired, because I must push past that 5 reps that I got. I'll keep you updated on that one. I'm going to go have a shower, regroup myself, and we go again tomorrow. So today is the big day for this week. It is my muscle up complex. So I had to scale back my muscle up work, both ring and bar, due to my shoulder problem. So doing this too much, I can even feel that now, was just not agreeing with my shoulder at all. So it's a different program than what I've been doing now. So I'm more focusing on all the other elements of the bar and the ring muscle up, the hips to ring, the chest to bar pull ups, the strict pull ups, the kip swing, those things, and really only executing a few sets of muscle ups just to make sure that I can still do them, but also not to overdo it on my shoulder. One thing I use, chalk. On my hands, it's just super helpful for grip and any of like the pulling moves and things like that. Again, like the barbell work, but for muscle ups and things, just helps me not slip on the bar. I do work out in the garage, and this time of year things could be damp and slippery and everything like this. So especially this time of year, a bit of chalk helps with that grip. It also helps kind of that smooth when you need to, kind of when you roll your hands over the bar. It also helps that you just kind of, you don't get stuck on the bar. Like, one thing I've learned is that it's all about the lat engagement, obviously, but scapular engagement. Make sure you get those scapulars back and down so that your lat engagement is correct. And those band moves, the overhead, this one, the chest pull apart. It's not about pulling with your I'm not pulling with my arms, I'm trying to squeeze my scapula, my back, just to get that activated. It's something I've not been very good at, which is why that my shoulders have been taking more of the strain in my back. So just weaker as a result of it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to focus on using my back for back movements rather than my arms and my shoulders and everything else. So I'm kind of trying to re-educate my body into doing the exercises correctly. There you go. So all around that. Cool, so that's my kind of shoulder lat warm up done. Now I'm going to move on to the kind of muscle up progression workout. And it's going to start, it's between the rings and the bar. Main focus is on the bar because the bar is what we use most of the time in the open. It's not often ring work in the open, especially not now, because they've kind of scaled back the difficulty of the open in recent years, so it's more inclusive. Great for me. It means I don't have to be a master of ring muscle ups, so I do find them very difficult, but I do have to be able to do bar muscle ups just in case. So, but I'm going to switch between the rings and the bar. So it's going to be ring pull ups, chest bar pull ups, kipping pull ups, butterfly pull ups. Obviously, these things are all in the bar. Hips to rings, and finally, just 1 or 2 sets of bar muscle ups. 3 sets of 5 chest bar pull-ups. Another thing I'm not super great at, like pull-ups. It's fine because you hear when I try to go that extra bit further. My mobility struggles. I just don't like going like that. So one thing I've learned is that I used to hold the bar kind of like this. To hold the bar like this, so knuckles on top of the bar, and that allows for the correct, or almost correct, range of motion. Next, try chest butterfly pull-ups. Just going to train that sort of kipping motion. No laughing. This is not good, okay? This is not good. This is not good. So I always stand here, and to get my cue, I don't know if it's right or not, but I do that. I touch the bar with my fingertips, so I know when I'm doing my hop into the bar, I'm always doing it from the same place. So either it's consistently right or it's consistently wrong, but it's consistent. Right, now, we're trying to remember how to do butterfly. breathe. That actually could have been a lot worse. I think maybe the last two were okay. Work on getting that full extension before I come back. Rather than, you see my arms don't fully extend. So I'm going to try and get that full extension on the next set. So that goes. So that second set was rubbish. Really rubbish. Last try. Let's see how I go. Now, if you're going to try a different technique that I saw somewhere on the internet, which says you start hanging and then you slowly build the rhythm as you get bigger, bigger, the bigger, rather than just trying to hop straight in, because clearly I don't have the technique down. So I'm going to try that. Forgot about that. Knuckles on the top. Let's see how it goes. Here we go. Oh! I think the last couple were okay. Doing some bar muscle ups. You'll see, probably, I try not to do it, but you're likely going to see a chicken wing, they call it, on the left. I try to minimise that as much as possible. Just 3 sets of that, not massive sets, just either 1 or a set of 2, just so I know I can still get over the bar okay without taxing too much on my shoulder. Closer, so towards the end of January, I'm going to build up. You see, towards the end of January I'll do more sets, more reps in the sets, but for now I've just got to take it easy, so let's go. So yeah, I find it very easy, but the technique is not correct. You've seen that. So I have to try focus on, can't see this, but keeping my legs together. And there's a video I saw from Miller, some guy like that, I quite like. And he says actually to bring your knees up on the way back, to bring your knees up closer to your chest, and then kind of as you squeeze, drop your legs, and it just kind of pushes you over like that. So that I'm not really doing at the minute. I'm more using the swing and then kind of throwing myself over. There's a long way to go there, long way to go there. Did get my knee up, still chicking it, but let's do another angle. So as you can see there, I can do reps, I can go for more than that. I'm not going to, because I don't want to do that. But really, they're not pretty. So I'm hoping to get as pretty as I can for the open, for the French throwdown. And then beyond that, just continue all through next year. Just practicing, practicing, practicing. So the open and the throwdown 27, I could do even better. As soon as I get into that kipping motion of the rings, I find it quite violent, maybe is the word, on my side. Well, anything on my left side, my right side, I feel that. So I'm just doing hips to rings. So a couple of big, get that swing in, then pop those hips into the ring. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I can go all the way over, but I'm not doing that yet, because when I do that all the way over on the rings, that's when I really start to feel that. So I'm not ready for that yet. So yeah, let's do it. So just to recap on the movement part of the workout before I go into the WOD. Pretty happy with that, I think. As you can see, my technique on the butterfly pull-ups leaves a lot to be desired, but I think I'd forgotten to do that last kind of easing myself into the movement works quite well, because the last few full repetitions on that were actually okay. I need to practice that more as the weeks progress. The bar muscle ups, as you can see, I can do the bar muscle ups, but again, my technique is lacking there. So just working on singles, get some decent singles and one double. So I can do it if need be, but hopefully not. And last but not least, you can see the hips to rings I'm doing there. Like I said, that's uncomfortable. Like I said, it does play a little bit on my shoulder here, and I don't really want that to get worse in any way. So I'm just doing a few sets of hits to rings just to make sure I keep myself in the game. Like I say, I can go over those rings if I need to, but I'm choosing not to for the moment, just to preserve my shoulder because it's feeling pretty good. All right, next is my WOD. I did terribly at this last week. You didn't see the video, but it was really bad. I got one round because I have to do 50 double unders, and let's see how it goes this week. Sorry, just realised it's actually the wrong workout. Today is 21:59, 21:59, 40 kilo thrusters, chest to bar pull-ups. Now this week I did get one round because of the chest to bar. Last week I only got one round in 10 minutes because of the chest to bar pull-up problem. As you can see, I'm currently doing not great sets of 5, and I have to do 21 for the first set. So we'll see how that goes. Same, going to give myself a 10-minute time cap because I have to go to work after, so I have to give myself a 10-minute time cap. Let's see how that goes. I was actually 10 minutes, 10 seconds. I managed 2 out of 3 rounds of thrusters. So the 21 and the 15. 1 full round chest bar pull-ups plus 6 chest bar pull-ups in the time frame. As you can see, the thrusters are not really an issue. They're gassy, but strength isn't an issue. What is an issue here is my engine. I have to get better at chest bar pull-ups. And I have to build my engine up for the end of January, which is what I'm doing, which is why I've got all these WODs coming in now. And it's going to get more intense in January. So I'm peaking at the end of January. It was a pretty good week. The WODs were still terrible. As you can see, the last WOD of the week, I wanted to get ambitiously up to 10 rounds. I got nearly 2, so there's a lot of work to do there, especially on my double unders. The other WOD I did this week, so I had to skip the first 2 WODs because I just didn't have time. So the first WOD I did this week, I was able to advance, so that's good. My Olympic lifts, now they went really well. I was able to put the weight up both on the snatch and on the clean and jerk. So I should be in a good position going into week 4 to finish the year strong there. So I'm really happy about that. My muscle up complex, no real update there. Everything's going well. All the elements are coming together. I've started to work a little bit more on my butterfly pull-ups. As you can see, there's a long way to go there, but that's coming along nicely. Lastly, the pistol squats from my movements. Massive fail. I basically the same as week 1. I managed 1 when I got 5 last week, so that sucks, but it happens. I'll try again next week to progress that. And lastly, the handstand walk. I actually did advance my handstand walk, which is really cool. I did nearly 2 meters out on the floor, which might even be a PR. So I'm really happy about that one. So I'll carry on my drills to progress that move as much as I can. So all in all, a good week. Going into the last week of the year, the plan stays the same, and then I will switch up January to a more WOD focused program in prep for the competitions. Hey, so last but by no means least, coming up next week, it's going to be a little bit of a change of style of programming. I'm going to be focusing more on how I'm training or how I'm managing my training during the Christmas holidays. It's not the same. We're on holiday, kids are on holiday. There's lots of things to eat, lots of things to drink, lots of family commitments. And how I manage that alongside my training and my nutrition. It's important not to blow up over the Christmas period, especially when competition time is just around the corner at the end of January. So stay tuned for that next week, and have a really great week or weekend whenever you're watching this, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks, bye.